Hi everybody, welcome to Friday and English 1108. So this is today's news post, and I sent an email message out on Wednesday night encouraging everybody to watch the video. The second research assignment is due this Sunday, October 7th. And this Sunday, October 7th, Nick and I are also going to be online from 8 to 8:30. So there are instructions in D12, but basically we're going to send you a link, and you're going to click on the link and you'll get into Google Hangout. So we're going to be there from 8 to 8:30. The link will go out in email, and it will also be on D2L, and you can talk and ask questions there. You will need a Google account, and it's okay to use your own personal account, or you can create an Inver Hills account using your college address and then just get rid of it if you want when you're done with the class. So do that. You know, and I talked about the research assignment last week, so if you haven't watched that, watch that. And in my email that I sent out, I think there's a tone of, maybe pleading or concern, and I have to acknowledge I do feel that way. The first drafts of the papers, I would say of the 50 or about 50 drafts that I read, only 4 would have been A's as a final paper. The rest would have definitely been C's and D's. So I just want to emphasize how very poor most of the first drafts were. You know, and then the other thing that I mentioned, wait, hold on one second, I just want to make sure this camera is still working because it made a noise. Okay, sorry about that. So the first drafts were poor. They were fine for first drafts. Many people got B's on this first draft, but they need an incredible amount of revision. And I guess this is my plea to you. I care about your writing and how you're doing as college level writers. And you guys should be working really hard on these papers, and you have so much time to make this the best paper that you can possibly make it. And I can't do that for you. You need to take the paper to Smart Thinking, send it into Smart Thinking, get somebody else's view, give it to your friends, to your family members. If you're on campus, go into the Writing Center, read the paper a few times, ask a librarian for some of those sources. I've posted that link a gazillion times, and many people had very poor sources. So, and you know, and it's fine to turn in a first draft that's not your best work, and I graded them as such, but I'm looking for mastery in the final draft, and I just want to emphasize how far people have to go. And another thing I want to say is that I'm not going to correct your papers or find every mistake. I'm giving you general direction. From that general direction, it's your responsibility to investigate the things that I'm saying, to investigate the themes that I might see in your paper, the problems. If you only focus on just a couple of things that I might have pointed out, you may miss something in your paper. So it is also your responsibility to supplement my comments with your own thinking and rewriting, and if you need help, with somebody else's, because I will never catch everything in everybody's paper. But I can give you overall directions. So a lot of the revision overview said, well, you said this, so I'm going to do this. And, you know, if you're looking at the letter of the law, that was sure, that's the assignment. But I don't want you to look at my comments and say, Mary said this, this, and this, so I better do this, this, and this. I want you to say, well, this paper, not me, I better do this, or you better do this. This paper, as a thing in itself, isn't working. Like, the paragraphs don't flow together. You know, if I say something is wrong with mechanics, you know, that means every sentence might need to be restructured, rewritten, not just grammar, punctuation, but sentence construction. You know, so some sentences start, although this, then that, and some start, I did this, or you don't want to use I, or the nun did this. you know, so one starts with a noun, one starts with although, you know, you want to vary those sentence structures. And when you eliminate I, then you automatically have to start varying those sentence structures. So problems in mechanics for at least half the papers mean that every sentence should be rewritten. So that's a big task that should be taken seriously. So I was just a little concerned by how few people watch the videos. I'm noticing some people aren't reading many discussion posts. Some people aren't coming into D2L twice a week. They're coming in once a week. I think knowing that I post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you should be there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So some people didn't listen to my comments and turn it in, and that's fine. That's for you to do what you want to do, but I'm just saying that I'm expecting to see some mastery in the final papers and that you should really put an effort into it. So that's my pep talk of sorts. And if you have a specific question about your paper, feel free to ask me. I'm going to create a discussion board for the final paper, but you can also send me an email with a very specific question. I'm not going to read your paper again, but I will answer specific questions, even about a sentence, and work on it with you, or a paragraph, etc. But if you want someone to re-look at the paper and to look at the next final draft, I would send it into smart thinking. You know, do it right now. Get another perspective on the paper. So, okay, that's it. I know it sounds a little like tough, but I want you to do well. So, tough love, and have a good weekend.